So I wanted to go to Delaware Tech because my family went here. I've always heard good things about Delaware Tech, and it was very close to where I lived, and I wanted to stay close to my friends and family.
I decided to enroll at Delaware Tech because it was really convenient for me. Expense-wise, I didn't want to go into a whole lot of debt, and it's closer to home, which is nice. So
I decided to enroll at Delaware Tech because one option was that it was free with the Seed Scholarship through high school, and then another I could stay at home with my family.
In my early 20s, I experienced an illness that took me down for quite some time. I was involved in a medical study at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, and after about 7 or 8 months in the hospital and an extended stay at a nursing home, I had, previous to that, I had open heart surgery, and I had to go and do rehabilitation from multiple strokes. They didn't know whether or not I was going to be able to mentally perform in an atmosphere like this. And so once coming in and taking the initial test to be accepted and all the tutoring help I had previous to that, really pushed me to say, this is what you need to do. It doesn't matter what the doctors say you can do, this is what you can and you're going to do. And I think that Delaware Tech certainly made it more of an easy conversion over into a whole new lifestyle and change, and starting over, in fact.
I think the thing that surprised me the most about Delaware Tech was the instructors, how they made it so comfortable for new students, and the flexible scheduling.
what surprised me the most was definitely the diversity. I didn't expect to be in classrooms with people who are like twice my age or who come from such varying backgrounds and things like that.
The most surprising thing about Delaware Tech would be the help. So your teachers are there for you, everybody's there for you, and it's kind of like a big family.
During my time here, I must say it's been very little challenges simply because everyone is so willing to help. I have been faced with some dilemmas and I will reach out and everyone is so willing to help and get you past whatever it is that you're going through. Their interest is to getting you where you want to be, despite their views on certain things. And so the enormous outreach that they gave me, especially coming in as a new student, was exceptional, and it's continued now for 3 years here at Del Tech.
My favorite thing about Delaware Tech is that I've met tons of new students that I had never met before coming here, and making relationships with teachers and other classmates is definitely my favorite thing.
My favorite thing about attending has definitely been the diversity of the people. Going back to that for sure, I love being in a classroom with different types of people. I think it's so amazing that I get to hear stories from people who are from all over the world, even like in a small town. I think that's really awesome.
My favorite thing about attending Delaware Tech so far has been the 2 years that I got to play softball, and then this year I got to start my physical therapist assistant program, so that's pretty awesome.
If I were to pick something about Delaware Tech that I love the most, I would be here all day, because honestly I've loved everything about the experience. I loved how I was entered into the education system here, how I was welcomed with open arms, and I just love how everyone is willing to help you reach your goals.
I've changed both as a person. I've become more of a mature student. It's definitely held me more accountable in and out of school, whether it's just daily life. I've become more of a well-rounded person.
Since starting here, I've learned how to apply myself more, I guess, into those things. I've never missed a deadline, and I don't know, I think I'm definitely more mature in that sense, that I actually care about my education.
I've changed in many ways since my first day at Delaware Tech. I've definitely matured. I've had 2 years playing softball here, so that's really given me the opportunity to learn and grow as a person and to learn leadership skills.
I've grown as a woman. I've become more independent, and I take charge of my education now because Delaware Tech has taught me that no one else will do that for you. It's your job, and you're your biggest advocate.
I plan to finish with an associate's degree from Delaware Tech and then go on to get my bachelor's degree, and hopefully get a job with either Delaware State Police or a municipal police department somewhere in the state.
My plans for the future, I really want to work with sex trafficking victims, just because it's a really big thing here in Delaware, and not a whole lot of people are aware of it, and my heart has always been with serving others and especially my community. So I want to stay in Delaware, but I want to help the people who are here.
After graduation, I would like to stay in Delaware and be a physical therapist assistant and work in the field of pediatrics.
So right now I don't have a direct game plan. However, I've learned with Del Tech that anything's possible. And so after the completion of my degree, ideally, I'd love to probably continue certainly in the field of animals, but the specific direction, the possibilities are endless.